Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Commodities and Stock Market Update video show. And today we'll be looking at natural gas, oil, gold, and silver, as well as the US dollar. And I'll be doing two videos together at one as well today. So I'll be looking at QQ, S&P 500, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. So looking at their support and resistance levels and the most likely scenario where price will be heading into tomorrow. So natural gas, let's get started. So we are looking at NG on the hourly time frame. So if your chart looks a little bit different than mine, make sure to click the adjusted, because it adjusts the contracts. So then your chart will look the same as mine. So yesterday I was talking about where we break out of our tightening range on the daily. This maroon looking line, resistance, support, and we finally broken out of that yesterday. We zoom into the hourly charts, and I said that once we broke out of this, and then we retested that trend line where it was acting as strong resistance, right? And it finally acted as support. So when it acts as support now, that means it's a good sign. Prior resistance now becoming support. So we retested it back here again when we dropped, and we bounced into the close. And I said that bulls will now need to show some offense going on because we have already back tested this. Last thing we want to see is back test and then come below it as a bull. So pretty much we got our bull move today after that back test. So perfect setup here for the bulls, the most ideal scenario that they can get. Breakout, back test, bounce from it, and then bull volume coming in. So congratulations to all the bulls. It's a big day for you guys. We're up close to 7.4% today on natural gas. So now we're looking at where's the next level of resistance that we're looking at. So we pretty much closed right on it. You guys can see all these wicks here. Rejected here, rejected here. This is similar rejection. Up one day, the next day we're down here, and we are pretty much there. So this 3.18 is where I'll be looking at to get over, and we'll be looking down at 3.25, which is the bottom of this structure cluster of this one. If we can get over 3.18, see we have a bunch of supports here. We bounced off of it multiple times as well. So when we come up to it, it's going to act as strong support. Sorry, strong resistance. The price is under it at the moment. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG is the tradable ticker for natural gas. And so we had a similar move because natural gas had a 7% up day. And yesterday, same thing with UNG. This is the resistance and this is the support. It's a falling wedge. And we can zoom into the hourly chart to look at it yesterday. Broke out, same thing, back tested it, bounce as well. And then today you can see the volume coming in perfectly. So we're up 6% on UNG. So if you're playing Boyle, which is a leverage 2x, you would have been up 12%. And yeah, been a decent move off the lows from here to here, 12%. The next level of resistance I'm looking at is pretty much same as natural gas. We're sitting right on it as well. See a couple of resistance up here in this zone. Over here, this whole part acted as support, so we're going to act as resistance now. And that coming up to levels over here. There's not a lot of volume here, so it'd be easier to come up to 7.6 if we do break above 7.41. But a pullback is no red flags because we are in a daily uptrend now. So any kind of pullbacks, we could form another bull flag here and go higher. As long as we don't pull back too much, it's not. Then we'll have the most likely scenario is we'll head higher. So a bull flag is as long as we don't pull back below 0.382, which is 7.13, then we may form a flag and head higher. As of now, no signs of stopping yet at the moment for bulls. This looks like an hourly bull flag to me. Which will move and just forming a bull flag here. So as long as we don't break below 38.2% mark, this could be another hourly bull flag. And we will see how bulls can follow through tomorrow or not with that flag or not, or it gets negated. All right, take a look at oil. Oil still falling. Yesterday I talked about where this looked like a bear flag, and that bounce is just ridiculously small. for the flag. And it hasn't even really flagged yet because it's not really a bounce. And today we kind of just follow through. And this now looks more like a flag. Let's see if the bulls can negate this flag and break above this 12 EMA teal looking line back about 75.19, or the flags can get more follow through tomorrow. They're a little bit oversold on the hourly. We cooled off a little bit, but still kind of oversold. Let's take a look at the 4 hour here. 4 hour very similar, quite oversold. Daily, we are back in this structure now. This actually should act as support. Come down around it. Levels would act as support. Let's see here. What does that sound? 1 second. All right. So yeah, pretty much we bounce off of it there, and you can see back here as well. There'll be a lot more supports along these ways if we do come back down here. Even if we get a weak bounce, there's still a chance it'll form a daily bear flag, and then we come back down lower. Energy has been dropping like a rock lately, and we'll see if it continues to head lower or not. Let me zoom into the hourly charts to see if any signs of bounce yet. As of now, not really. If it can't even get over this teal looking line, which is at 12 EMA, it's a very small EMA, meaning the smaller the number, the stronger the trend is. So 12, if they can't go over 12, then this bear flag will likely continue. Very clear support at this moment right here. This quadruple bottom that bulls are trying to hold, 73.5. So if that breaks, and bear flag confirm, another one. So we'll see. Gold. So gold is actually very weak. The correlation between gold and the dollar was strong, but now it's not as strong while the dollar is cooling off. Gold hasn't even bounced at all. So it's being sold off quite aggressively because the dollar had pulled back quite decently today. And you can see we just went flat after this sold off, right? You should be, the original correlation was when dollar weakens, metals bounces. But after such a significant sold off, even while the dollar being weakened, this didn't even bounce at all. So that's not a good sign for bulls at all. And this is pretty much just flagging. It's like a megaphone, but not a good looking one at all. Broke below yesterday's support, not much follow through. So we broke below this triple bottom support yesterday, bounced back up, tried to test it again, bounced a little bit. No structural change at all for the bulls at this moment. Bears are still in full control, and yeah, see break below, came back up. So if we do reject from this prior support, now going to act as resistance, then it's just going to keep following through on the downside. You can't even get back above 1820, which is very, very weak at this moment. So, and if we do continue to go down, we're probably going to come down to 110 here to this level right there. See the dollar today. You can see the US dollar today is quite weak, down 0.4. It's a big drop for the dollar, and metals barely did anything. The silver bounce, and nope, silver didn't even bounce either. So metal bulls are a bit tired for sure to see that. And we'll see if the dollar can continue to weaken. It closed the low of his day, so we may very likely come down and test this tail looking line, 12 EMA resistance. You can see every time we tested it, it bounced off of it. So we'll have to see if it will bounce off it again this time. What I want to see is we break that 12 EMA resistance, get more follow through, plenty to shape up head and shoulders on the daily here, and then from that right shoulder, ideally a little bit lower than the left one, something like that, and then come from that neckline break, come from a daily downtrend like that. Ideal scenario for stock market bulls and metals because the stock market wants to see the dollar weakens a little bit. It doesn't mean we need to crash down over here. Just want it to, weaken, stop heading to all-time highs every freaking day. That, yeah, we'll see if, go back to hourly charts. Hourly charts is now in an hourly downtrend. So as long as, see if the bears can continue their hourly downtrend for now. They close the low of its day, so we may get some more follow through tomorrow. But that 12 EMA on the daily chart is the most key for me at this 106.2 support, as well as it will coincide with that 12 EMA. So they may be acting as strong support there. Might get a mini bounce, and then we'll see how big that bounce is. Over, looking just like the dollar, and it's not bouncing at all. We are in a big range. It is holding its support though, but it would have been really ugly if we broke that support with the dollar being weak. Then there's just absolutely nothing going on for this metal bulls. Despite the dollar being super weak, we had a weak bounce for the metals as well. Same look with gold and silver. Silver is slightly stronger because you can see it held its triple bottom while gold broke below the support and then came back and kind of like tested here like that. So see if silver can hold this triple bottom support at 20.6. But it's a triple top resistance as well, so not really going anywhere, but it's clear support and resistance levels to play off of. And eventually if it breaks above, then we may add. While if this dollar is weak, of course, we don't want to be adding. You can just stab your stop loss below this triple bottom and for a play here. But not really my kind of play, but yeah, tough one to play for sure, especially the commodities, metals at this moment environment. If we do break that triple bottom support, I'm looking back down to this 19.9 area of support, which is stronger than the current one we are at. You can see bounce, multiple rejections back here, multiple bounces here. So that one would definitely act as strong support. This one is decent as well, but it's not as strong as the one down here. So we'll see if this ends up holding or not. At this moment, it's holding, but it's not really going anywhere. Bulls aren't really doing anything other than holding it. So we'll see. All right, that's what I got for you guys for commodities. I'm going to head over to stock markets. Right now, starting with QQQ. Let's see, 12 minutes. All right. So QQQ today, another dip. Every day we're getting these dips in the morning, and it's getting bought up into the end of the day. And just a cluster of stuff here at this moment. The only thing that I like is about bulls is that we are holding this low. So above this low. So that is a higher low being set. And I just want to see the bulls break above this 12 EMA. We have been rejecting it from it 5 times. It's still looking line. And we can get over about that. We're probably going to test this Friday's high, last Friday's high. And we can get above that. That's a daily uptrend confirmed. Then we will likely fill this gap. If we cannot get over the 12 EMA, we're very likely going to come down and test this Tuesday's low. And if we break that Tuesday low, it's going to ship up a big red flag where we're going to come down to test this Wednesday's low right there. And if we break that, it's kind of game over for the bulls for maybe a couple weeks. So we'll see about if we can actually hold this level and confirm that daily uptrend. So it's the battle between bulls and bears is very tight here. It's just getting really tight in this equilibrium right now. You can see this tiny range forming up lower highs, higher lows each time, and we will very likely break Friday or Monday. So stay tuned for tomorrow's data. We have non-farm payrolls tomorrow, unemployment data tomorrow, so we'll have to watch for those two. Ideally, we get a softer number than 170K, just like we did for ADP non-farm employment. Means a weaker economy means less rate hikes. So ideally, we get less as a bear. Sorry, as a bull, you want to see this number come in low, and as a bear, you want to see this number come in hot. And so we'll see who wins tomorrow. See, we got a hot jobs number, so market tanked that day, and then we got a soft non-farm payroll employment, so market went up that day, and then today just flat. So not much of an eventful day for this. But tomorrow we'll see if it comes in hot or not. It's a bull. If it comes in hot, maybe we'll actually break above the 12 EMA. So we will see. SPY. So SPY, finally we get some rotation now in other sectors other than the tech. So I talk about sector rotations. If sector are rotating, then SPY will not drop. So I think the financial sector was strong today. What was it with healthcare? But one of them were strong, and while QQQ isn't that weak either. So down 0.29. So I said that if QQQ continues to hold and money rotates into the sectors in the SPY, then SPY will likely not get more follow through after that bear flag confirmed on Tuesday. So now we're holding this 420, which is structure of this zone, top of this bottom zone. So we want to see that 420 definitely hold. Making a couple of lower wicks here, so maybe you'll get more follow through on the upside. We want to see bulls play some offense going on here and get it going. Other than that, it's been a lot of inside bars this week. Essentially, it's flat the whole week. Yeah, that's me here. Other than this Tuesday's drop, so we'll see anything going on. Tesla just consolidating after a big move up yesterday, down 0.4%. Very normal for a flat QQ day after such a big move yesterday. So that's a good sign for the bulls. If you consolidate at the top of his range. So 262, very obviously resistance. We've been looking at these resistance forever. And it came up to test today and just pull back a little bit because QQ is that strong today. So same luck, QQ pulled back in the morning, bounced in the afternoon. And now we're tightening up here as well. Tomorrow, if QQ bounces, then head towards that 12 EMA again to test. Maybe we'll come up to test this 262 as well at the same time. Yeah, formed the higher low and on the daily charts, meaning we finally had a day of it being lower than a prior day candle over here. Every day is higher, and then one day finally lower. So we've from that consolidation low, held it 12 EMA. Talked about this TN looking line, acting as support, bounced off of it twice. It means the bulls are playing defense. They don't want it to go lower than this 435 zone. And then today got the upside follow through, outperforming QQQ, while QQQ was down slightly. Nvidia was up 1.47%. So if tomorrow we break above this 450 as well as the Tuesday's high, and actually Monday's high, 451.75 right there, then we have a daily uptrend finally confirmed back to the bulls. Right now it's still a neutral trend. This was a downtrend. Boom, neutral trend because we broke at the pivot. Now we need to break above this high for an uptrend to confirm. We're gonna uptrend confirming, and we're coming back to this structure. So we'll probably come up to test around 460. Daily uptrend confirmed. We'll see if the bulls can do that tomorrow. All right, Apple coming back up to test its prior support. This maroon looking line you can see prior strong support. Now acting as resistance. So Apple got above it. So we touched pre-resistance at the same time, 175 right there, sideways, as well as this maroon looking line resistance at 175 or 174.9 and 175.3. So two resistance that Apple had to get over, and we just briefly touch it and ran out of time pretty much at the end of the day. So very likely Apple will retest it again tomorrow because it just ran out of time to the last hour. So there wasn't a clear rejection for us to get price actions on because we zoom into the 5 minutes. Yeah, it's in striking distance. If we get an hourly downtrend confirm like that at this spot, then that's a clear rejection. Right now, it's just still in striking distance and may very likely test it again tomorrow. And we'll see if it can do that or not. If it can, and we're back into this zone, 180 and this 175 zone. We can get back above that. All right, so let me see. All right, Amazon. So Amazon also looking like it's trying to defend Tuesday's low as well for the bulls. See, we pretty much double bottom exactly at that spot. Today's low and every day's low so far this week has been. And so that level is pretty key for the bulls. You can see this 124.29 zone is where the bulls have been playing defense for a while here, which does make sense because if we do break that low, we are forming a new, the pivot is gone. So this is the initial move, bounce, big bounce. That's a pivot low being set. We want that pivot low being set so that the bulls can confirm a uptrend by breaking above Friday's high, which is 129.15. And if we break below this pivot low, then that gets negated, right? Then the bull starts back to square one because we're probably going to come down and test this this low if we do break that low. So we don't want to see that. We want to hold that low. Definitely hold this triple bottom low so that we may potentially form that daily uptrend in upcoming days if QQQ ends up bouncing from breaking to that 12 EMA. And we are actually in a tightening range here. So you can see it's just starting to tighten up. We're getting pretty tight. Very likely break tomorrow or Monday as well. So a lot of these ranges are very likely going to break tomorrow or Monday. So whichever way these ranges break, it's going to be a headache for whoever bulls or bears are playing because it's such a choppy week for bulls and bears. Going both ways, you know, get a flush in the morning, get a bounce into the afternoon, and it just closes flat. The next day we get similar things. The next day we have a gap up and then flush to the low of the day, and then we close flat. Right? It's just getting a bit choppy for everyone. So we will see. We're likely to get a clear break in a direction very soon. Once these ranges break and trend starts forming. So we'll see. Yeah, we usually get these kind of choppy ranges tightening up as well as structures messy when it's going from like a strong trend to a different trend. So right now we want going from a strong downtrend, potentially shaping up into an uptrend. So these happens quite often. Same thing as when we're going from a strong uptrend into a downtrend. It gets choppy at the top or the bottom. All right, take a look at Google. So Google right now has nothing really going on today. Just a big doji. Flush down in the morning and bulls play defense. Pretty much at this 133 support. And just can't get over this 135 level at the moment. Clear level of resistance. No surprises for Google. Easy to trade chop zone. So as long as it trades in the zone, we know where it's going. And just kind of like slow grinds every day up. So no signs of slowdown at this moment because we're still literally just under 135 resistance. You only need like maybe like a 0.2% to retest it. Okay, 0.5%. So yeah, no signs of rough flag. As long as the 4-hour trend is in favor of uptrend, then that is your guide. So you can see every time we drop, this low is always higher than the prior low. So that means trend is still intact. So far, as long as 4-hour uptrend is intact, then bulls are in absolute control. We just have to see if tomorrow we can break 135. If we break 135, we're coming back up to 138. Microsoft here. Microsoft. Very uneventful day as well. Flush in the morning, V-shaped, pretty much the same spot at the end of the day. And same thing, just tightening up, getting really tight for Microsoft. See this resistance trend line down, supporting trend line up, and we are just tightening up. And then same thing as QQQ. So let's see tomorrow if we get some break above this 12 EMA. We're just clustering in the 12 EMA at this moment. Let's see how cluster we are. We're like right on it. And so the argument for the bulls is that we had 2 days of pretty much flushes to the bottom, and then both days we end up close to the top of close the day with around the high of the day. So That's a good sign where we maybe potentially finally get some offense going on from the bulls and get more falls on the upside tomorrow. But anything can happen because these are just inside bars, meaning these candles are always inside the prior one. So tomorrow, you get another red day and just be in like another inside bar like that, right? And no structural change at all for any of these charts, anything QQ. This looks just like QQ. And overall, the market, just because we had two nice green days, ended up buying, ended up defending the bears, right, twice, and closing a high of his day. Doesn't mean we're gonna go higher, but the chances of it happening that we're gonna go higher tomorrow is higher than us going lower. Makes sense. We have increase the probability for the bulls to win tomorrow. Or we can just come back down here and close over here. It would just be another inside bar, and then next thing you know, we have a bull day on Monday, close back out here. That'd be the last thing anybody wants to see, but we'll see. It just means no structural change, right? It's still just literally in this zone that happens. But now it's slightly favoring the bulls because of the 2 days we have, and both days closing above higher it stays. It honestly just depends on that job data gonna come in tomorrow. If it just comes in line, and I think we're gonna have a green day. But if it comes in too hot, then it's gonna be a little bit iffy. But if it comes in soft, then definitely green day. But so we'll see. Meta just not getting over this resistance. Very clear. Resistance, 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 downtrending line here. No fake outs here. We've been talking about this tiny range, right? You guys know this tiny range here. Support, support, support. Bounce off of it close to 6, 7 times. And we're just super tight. We're about to break it. Probably tomorrow or Monday. The latest, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. It just gets this way too tight. You can see we tested exactly at 300, which coincided with the 300 support as well as this uptrending looking line support. Same spot exactly. Came all the way up to the resistance line up here and pretty much ended the day. And left V-shape up to it in the last hour, just slightly back. Tomorrow, striking distance. So let's say if we can get this, get some fuel in the QQQ, and everybody break their tiny range bull move with that weak job data, then bulls are looking good. And for the weekend.